The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the Main Event Mark, PWPH Wrestling Network and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the Main Event Mark.
So, welcome to yet another episode of the Main Event Mark podcast. So, it's actually my second time recording a podcast today. Okay. So, ito na. We're now going to talk about the predictions for AEW All In, Great American Bash, Evolution, and Saturday Night's Main Event. So, again, a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to yet another episode of the Main Event Mark podcast. So, I am Angel Panera. Thank you very much again for joining us tonight on this very special episode of the pod. So we know we are going to dissect a few topics here before I officially talk about these predictions, because bear with me for a second, because there's a lot of shows that needs to be tackled, and of course there are some things that I think, in my opinion, I need to dissect, because this was mainly tackled by Tony Khan, and also Tony Khan is actually trying to Tony Khan is actually trying hard to actually tell us dumb things when it comes to his status of AEW. So, of course, madadisect ko pa rin naman sila in a few moments here, because there are some people who is actually brawling right now. Sean Rossap and si JD from New York are fighting right now on social media because of this theory by JD from New York da di umano ay kino-cover up ng wrestling media na wala daw di umanong creative control si Mercedes Moné. And this was mentioned several times by Tony Khan that hindi ako naniniwala na may creative control si Mercedes Moné, and I'm not going to give anyone a creative control, because why I would love to give anyone fucking creative control, and because it doesn't make sense either to award anyone creative control clauses. Pero gusto ko sana siya lang i-dissect ng mas mahaba sa mas mahabang episode, pero I would love actually to do that on a different episode, no? Pero for the meantime, i-dissect ko lang ngayon is itong pinag-aawayan nila Sean Rossap tsaka ni JD from New York. So that's basically the point. Pero the point here is kasi parang wala sa hulog kasi yung pace ng pagtatanong ni Sean Rossap ng Fightful. Di umano natunugan ito ni JD na very critical when it comes to AEW and even WWE, no? He is very critical kasi parang ang dating kasi dito parang okay. So parang it's more on establishing themselves kasi as this unfamiliar things that they wanted actually to do. And parang, okay, parang iba yung feeling that they are trying to give us information that hindi kapani-paniwala, hindi realistic pakinggan, hindi rin makatotohanan. So that's why they decided to dissect this in a longer setting, itong match na to, or tong paniniwala ni Sean Ross Sapp na di umano wala talagang creative control si Mercedes Monet. So, ito na nga. Si Sean Ross Sapp at saka si JD from New York. These two people na parang parang gusto nilang magsapakan. Pareha silang mga marks, no? And both of them are actually trying to put themselves over, like, why they wanted to do punches each other. And isang malaking kagaguhan kasi na sobrang insulto, like they are very immature, like what the fuck. ito yung medyo nakakatawa, no? I have no idea why people pick on Sean Ross Sapp. He is very kind, he's very normal, tapos may mga nagpapakita na nag-send na video clips. Like, this is very dumb, people. This is very dumb. Like, for some reasons, these people are messing on each other like fucking kids. Oh my god. And then now, si JD, nakikita niya yung mga post na oh my god. Pero yun, regardless on what we see, parang iba yung feeling. Pero yun nga, parang iba yung feeling na, okay, so this is the feeling that we might see something, no? And iba yung feeling kasi na they're trying to tank up something that's very dumb and stupid. So that's why this is getting fucked up, no? That's getting fucked up on the reasoning why Ricochet is trying to be problematic as fuck. Na parang, masyado naman tayong balbal sa mga pinagsasabi natin. And, aside doon, iba yung opinion na pinapakita ko recently. Pero, kagaya nga ng sinasabi ko, Sean Ross Sapp is wala sa hulog. Pareha silang wala sa hulog. And, I think pareha silang sablay. Pareha silang bobo. I cannot say that Sean Ross Sapp is a fucking idiot, pero he is mainly a fucking idiot too. Pero JD is either a fucking idiot, either way. Yun nga, pareha silang dalawa. Pareha silang idiots, and parehas din silang tanga, no? Pero yun nga, gaya nga ng sinasabi ko, JD from New York, iba kasi yung putang ng feeling na to. I am more excited. I am more excited to see this JD from New York thing. Oh my god. I know I might discuss this a longer time when it comes to this platform, no? And you know, this might be annoying din kung paano nga ba ito i-discuss sa platform, no? And aside pa dito, parang iba din yung feeling na ito real talk. The more we are actually trying to dunk on JD from New York and even kay Sean Ross Sapp, both of these guys, ito yung gusto kong mangyari. Gusto kong magkaroon sila ng suntukan, tapos may magko-commentary, or maybe parang mas gusto ko pang abangan na this is something that we actually need to look forward pa. Pero yun nga, these fucking guys are the reason why parang iba na rin yung gusto kong mangyari noon o ngayon. Parang it's getting darker and darker, no? And simply as by example, ayoko masyadong laliman pa yung discussion nito sa dalawang gagon to. Basta ang akin lang, JD versus Sean Rossap might be the worst thing that we're getting right now on social media. And based then on what we have right now, we might see a different perspective on these two idiots. For sure, no? For sure. Pero kagaya nga ng sabi ko, Sean Rossap and JD will always be fucking idiots. And hindi ako makapaniwala din that inahayaan lang natin itong dalawan to, no? Parang inahayaan lang. And then, okay, this should be the case here. And then, yung All in Texas nga, na parang abangan na lang din natin kung ano pa yung pwedeng mangyari. No? Like, ito. Ayoko na nga muna i-tackle tong gulo na to between JD from New York and Sean Rossap. Kasi medyo umiinit pa eh. Baka sa ibang araw, after nitong show na to, or episodes na to, baka mas uminit pa, no? So, let's talk about what we need to talk about na. So, prediction na tayo for All in Texas main event, or Saturday night's main event, and Evolution. So, let's start with this. All in Texas is set for Sunday, mamaya na ito. So, kung mapapakinggan nyo man ito, mamaya na ito. The 0 hour will start at 1 a.m. The main card will start at 3 a.m. So you should be able to watch this through Spot TV now. And then on Thriller TV, if you have a subscription for Thriller TV, it should be cheaper for you if you are going to watch this on their pay-per-view. So this should be the breakdown. So again, it will start at 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. Manila time. So 0 hour, 3 a.m. main card for the main show. So this will now go as follows. So this would be my predictions for this year's AEW All-In. FTR versus the Outrunners tag match. Dito ay part ng 0 hour. I'm going to give this to FTR. Easy win. Then Big Boom, AJ, and Conglomeration Hologram. Hologram is now part of this table. Part na rin pala ng stable na to si Hologram. But okay, this is what it is. And then Ishii. Ishii. Okay. So that's Hologram, Kyle O'Reilly, and Ishii versus Don Callis family. Hichiro, Lance Archer, Rocky Romero, and Trent Barreta. So, in my opinion, parang, ewan ko, the whole stable is just growing and growing and growing and growing like what the fuck. Ito na yung pinakamalaking stable siguro sa buong AEW today. But ito din yung pinaka sad boy. Ito na rin yung pinaka sad boy na stable sa AEW, no? Para yon. Roppongi Vice is also reuniting here sa AEW. Pero for now, and for sure din, marami din mababawas dito sa stable. Dami na palang nasa Don Callis family. So that's the case. Pero yan, let's tackle what needs to be tackled na. So I'm going to dissect this whole card. So I think Big Boom, AJ, and Conglomeration might get the win here. Then, isa pang 8-man tag. So, Tony Khan loves tag matches a lot. So, that's Son of Texas. Then, Sammy Guevara versus Shane Taylor Productions. And, yeah, Shane Taylor Productions. That's it. I think they are going to give this win to Shane Taylor, Son of Texas. Wala akong mga pakialam dyan sa Shane Taylor Productions. So that should be the case from there. Then, yung mga Casino Gauntlet, di ko na siya itatakil dito sa predictions to. Kasi, magulo pa yung lineup ng mga possible winners para sa akin, no? Pero siguro, nag-expect na lang ako na may magde-debut ulit from the recent releases sa WWE. And hindi na ako mag-expect na kasing tino ni Ricochet or mas matino kay Ricochet. But I hope, please guys, I hope this will lead to a really good match that we should expect down the line when it comes to this whole thing. The Ups, Katsuyori Shibata, Powerhouse Subs, and Samoa Joe versus the Death Riders. Tangina, Death Riders. Sumasakit ulo ko sa'yo, boy. I think this should be favorable sa the Ups. At wala nang iba. I don't really think and care either sa direction nitong stable. Basta, I hope Death Riders will be destroyed by All In. I need to make sure that this would be destroyed din talaga, no? It needs to be confirmed or to be destroyed, no? Pero yun, that's the case there. And then, ano pa ba? Ano pa ba ang pag-uusapan natin? Ang dami naman ito. Ano pa ba? So, the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus Jet Speed, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Hong Kong Fui. Holy crap. And then the Patriarchy, Christian Cage and Nick Wayne. I think they should be retained. There's no way they're going to give this to Speedball. I mean, he got killed on his run here in AEW. So far, he got fucked. Promise. Then, Adam Cole versus Kyle Fletcher. I wish we should be able to get a Kyle Fletcher title run. Pero, I don't think it's going to be given to Adam Cole anyways. No? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah. So, let's continue with Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. If Ospreay and Strickland lose this match, they cannot challenge for the AEW title for the whole year. And then, if the Young Bucks is losing, they will be stripped of their EVP roles. No? It should be confirmed then down the line when it comes to this case also. So, ang hirap i-dissect dito. Sa totoo lang. I think to myself that convinced pa rin ako that this might lead to a win pa din naman, no? This might still lead for a proper win kay ano ba tawag dito? I'm still believing that Ospreay and Strickland should win this match. If sila yung matatalo dito, may direct impact ito sa main event na mangyayari na i-discuss natin mamaya ng mas mahaba. Pero sa ngayon, ang sasabihin ko lang, if Swerve and Osprey is going to win this match, then may good ending mamaya. Or kinakatagalan. Pero if it's Young Bucks, then there should be something shocking that might happen that leads to Hangman Page losing on this match. So, yun muna yung prediction ko, and idadissect pa natin yan mamaya. Then, we have Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega, winner take all to unify, open and close quotations, the AEW Continental and National, or the National titles into the inaugural AEW Unified Championship. So, Tony Khan mentioned on this press conference that wala pong mangyayaring changes when it comes to this title, no? During the All In Texas media call, AEW President Tony Khan clarified that neither of these titles would be retired and it will still intact along with the Unified Championship. And the champion has the option to carry around 3 belts. Tony Khan stated that the reason why it was created, I wanted to create something special around this match and this event. Then, with that reasoning, you are dumb, sir. You are dumb and dumber. When it comes to this show, man, I really swear to God, this is really dumb. I swear to God. I don't like the idea and establishment of this whole thing. Just because wala pong saysay na i-establish pa yung new belt. The only reason why we have this unification, Tony Khan really wanted Dave Meltzer to come a lot for this whole pay-per-view. And that is the thing that we might get. Pero hindi siya realistic pakinggan. Kasi unification nga yung in-hype nyo eh. So, what's with the hype that it should be a unification? Or we are just establishing dumb decisions when it comes to this whole thing, when it comes to this united or unified title. So, hindi na dapat natin to in-establish kung ganun din pala ang purpose, no? Pero regardless, that's the case that we have. So, pinarami lang pala nitong unikan yung belts niya. Kaya that's why that's a terrible booking decision. Again, Dave Meltzer doesn't want Tony to get a ow or a dodge of his booking, because that's a really dumb decision if you ask me. Pero yun nga, if you're asking me, Okada should win. Wala nang kailangan patunayan si Kenny. Okada should win this match. Kung may pakialam kayo, okay. Wala akong pakialam. Okay. Timeless Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné. Kagaya ng sinabi ko sa ibang pagkakataon, sa podcast ko man or dito man sa podcast ko, this match is a lose-lose situation that we're getting. Na? Lose-lose situation ito. I promise you guys. Sobrang lose-lose na ito. Why I'm saying it's a lose-lose situation? No? Bakit ko nga ba sinabi na lose-lose ito? The reason why it's a lose-lose situation, it's because number one, wait lang, let me just double check this one. Wait lang, give me 1 second. Wait lang, check ko yung bracket. Okay. So, lose-lose situation ito because if it's Tony winning this match over Mercedes Moné, ito ay prove lang that wala talagang gawa si Mercedes Moné kay Tony Storm. Or wala talagang sense yung booking nila with Mercedes Moné. But if Mercedes Moné is going to win this match, and this might be the case here, para na rin din tayong umasa sa wala. Because that's what's going to happen. And ito rin yung mangyayari, you like it or not, because Tony Khan is really sucking up Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné, I don't care anymore on what will be their name. And given on what happened recently sa media ng AEW, mainly Sean Rossap and JD from New York, this might draw more controversy sa AEW because of how they're booking Mercedes Moné really terribly when it comes to these things. Then, finally, main event, Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. Texas Deathmatch for the AEW World Title. So, let's dissect this topic, no? Kasi masyado nang nauulol si Tony Khan sa pag-book sa Death Riders. And we know why he's very delusional when it comes to booking this stable. Tony Khan has the confidence of a child or a child. Tangina, child tuloy. Pero yan, parang bata yung nagbo-book sa Death Riders. And yes, it's very consistent every week on TV, sure. Pero every week, they are declining sa ratings every single week. And ang lakas pa ng apog nyo na ipalandakan that you are actually having a new fans that's being added to your fandom every quarter. Declining nga ang ratings. Yun nga ang problema. Hindi nyo pinapakita yung totoong numbers, which is actually being shown by everyone who is actually having these numbers. Kahit nga yung mga affiliated nilang mga media, like kay Sean Rosa, Fightful, kay sino pa, or kung sino pa pong mga anong ito, or kung sino-sino pa mga tao that's being affiliated to AEW. Pero ang problema, we're actually going to fuck this up habang hindi pa huli ang lahat. Kaya nga kung ako nga sa AEW, I'm just going to destroy the whole Death Riders. And ibibigay ko na kay Hangman Page yung Tyros. I'm not going to waste my shit again talking about Death Riders. Why I am pissed for the past few months on the Death Riders. Yes, I might get worked, but this is real. So that's why I'm disappointed on Tony Khan booking the Death Riders and booking them like death. Literal na death sa AEW. So, Hangman Page on the other hand, gaya ng sinasabi ko, ito ay isa na naman lose-lose situation. If Moxley is going to win, Darby should be the only one who can take the belt. And I don't want to see another year of AEW giving hostage to their AEW title picture. But if it's Darby winning, that might mean that we are just wasting our time cheering for Hangman or Osprey or Swerve. That's pointless. Like what I said earlier, if we're talking about the Young Bucks thing, this should be a direct impact, or there should be a direct impact when it comes to their main event, which is this. And if Swerve and Hangman might head-to-head again, then parang hindi pa rin sila nagbabygones be bygones, then there should be a heel turn that might happen mainly on Swerve. Then Osprey is going to be the peacekeeper again for these two folks, no? Pero if Mox is going to lose his shit on, they should be leading to Moxley winning the title match, and that might be the worst decision of the night alone, or the weekend alone, when it comes to AEW. Pero yun nga, let me know what you think on this whole show. Other than that, I know isang show pa lang ito, so we are going to talk about more shows in just a few moments. So let's start na with Saturday night's main event. So, 4 na matches lang naman ito. So most likely, mabilis lang ito. So first thing, Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso for the United States title. So Solo Sikoa is growing on me when it comes to this title run. But I'm really thinking that he's winning this match for sure. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll are actually now a partnership that's been set up. Then they were going to fight Drew McIntyre with Logan Paul. So I don't think that this will end right there. So it should be Drew winning over Randy Orton. That's at least for me. LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. Personally, since LA Knight won the match on SmackDown, I think Seth Rollins might win this one. And then main event, Gunther versus Goldberg. This would be Goldberg's retirement match for the World Heavyweight title. So, kagaya nga ng sinasabi ko sa social media, sa Facebook, no? Kagaya ng sinasabi ko doon, eto. So, ang ini-insist ko lang naman dito sa senaryong ito, no? And ang gusto ko lang naman i-point out dito, when it comes to this Gunther versus Goldberg match, if gusto nyo ng spotlight na makukuha nyo directly from people who actually watch All In, or to counter-programming a possible destruction of Death Riders, they should let Goldberg win his final match. But, let's be real guys, hindi gagawin na yung Triple H. Kagaya na sabi ko sa social media, if they have the guts, put the title on Goldberg, then Rollins should cash in, and then Gunther might go to SmackDown to take on John Cena. Maybe that should be a fun match too. And that should be a really good match too. Totoo lang. Pero I don't really have any doubts when it comes to that. Pero, kagaya nga na sinasabi ko, this should be a Gunther win. No? Okay. That's it. So, pag-usapan naman natin ang Great American Bash. Ikutin lang natin. So, 5 matches lang ito. So, Jaban Evans versus Jasper Troy. Jaban Evans. I'm really thinking he might win. Then, Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints. He might get the win. That's a false count anywhere match, by the way. So, that's Ricky Saints for me. Then, Sol Ruka versus EC Dame. Sol Ruka might retain the belt. We know that they are losing eventually then sa Evolution match. So, they're going to give her the win there. Then, Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe versus Fatal Influence, JC Jane and Fallon Henley. I have my impression that this might lead to a heel turn for Blake Monroe. Pero she's too much of a baby face right now. She's really good as a baby face. And it works too. And then the main event, Oba Femi and Yoshiki Inamura for the NXT title. Sorry, di ko na-mention yung prediction ko for the next match. So, it should be Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. And then, main event, Oba Femi po. No doubt, Oba Femi. Then, finally, Evolution 2025 is the second Evolution PLE, nakalimutan ko nga palang i-mention. Ano pa ba? Okay. Sandali lang guys ang gusto ko lang sabihin dito is Evolution possibly is the one that we might get down the line when it comes to this match that we are about to get, no? Ayun, so Evolution, by the way, is available sa Netflix and on the WWE Network. I-dissect na lang natin mamaya yung details ulit. Pero ito, let's talk about the card. So this is actually a stock card if you're asking me. So first, Naomi and Jade Cargill, no holds barred. So this should be a fun match, personally, in my honest opinion. Eto. So, in my honest opinion here, I think that they should be a match that Naomi is going to win. Pero they're building the momentum kasi for Jade for SummerSlam. Pero it's too early to tell that that might be the case when it comes to their momentum. And kung ayaw din naman nila masira yung momentum ni Jade, then that should be the case down the line. Pero for the meantime, I'm just going to leave my prediction na pwede ko naman ibigay on any of them. Pero for the sake of this proper argument, I will establish this to Jade. Then, we have here the 4-way tag team titles match for the women's tag team title. So that's Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, Sol Ruca and Zarya, and the Kabuki Warriors. So I think Charlotte and Alexa Bliss might win the titles. Kasi they are now establishing the split of the Judgment Day when it comes to the women. And we might see Liv returning then. Isa pa yun. Then, ito, Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental title. I think we might see Lyra turning heel on this show. Pero ako sa ngayon, I'm just going to say that Becky Lynch should retain, no? She should retain for sure. Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's title. So, in my opinion, and kung ako lang din naman ang tatanungin nyo, obvious na to, it should be TV time. Trish Stratus just going to give her a really good match here for sure. That would be playable for everyone, no? The Jordan Grace versus JC Jane for the NXT Women's title. By the way, TNA just announced that the winner of this match will face Masha Slamovich for the titles, NXT Women's title, and the TNA Knockouts Women's title, winner take all. So they're going to take place this match at Slammiversary next week. So in this case, so ito na yung mangyayari, no? I really want to see Jordan Grace to win. Para ito ay magli-lead sa match na to nila Jordan and Masha Slamovich. Pero feeling ko, magfa-factor pa rin dito si Blake Monroe for the win, and it might lead also to JC winning this match, and then JC might lose obviously at Slammiversary. Pero down the line, nandito pa rin to kay Blake. Main event, or sorry, meron pa pala. So we still have the 30-woman Battle Royale at Clash in Paris. So wala naman akong masyadong kilala sa lineup so far. Di rin naman natin confirmed if lahat ng nandito sa source natin ay magre-return din. So I'm just going to leave this blank for now, no? I'm just going to leave this blank kasi di rin naman final, pero ang aking top bet hindi Nikki Bella for sure. Pero I would say it should be Stephanie Vaquer, no? Or someone from Paris or Europe for sure. Yun dapat ang i-push nyo dito sa show na to. Okay? So, yun lang. Yun lang dito sa part na to. Para sure, it should be a big venue for this show, no? Tapos, ito na yung mangyayaring case when it comes to this recurring run when it comes to this case. Okay? For the meantime, that should be the moment for now. And then, give me 1 second here. Ito. Final thing here that we need actually to tackle here. And then, parang recording na lang ito. So, okay. So, for the meantime, blank-wang walang yung Battle Royale. And then, finally, the main event, it should be Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's Championship, Women's World Championship. I am really having my intrusive thoughts that they are still into Io Sky, no? Oo, meron pa rin naman akong impression dyan. Pero still, parang andun pa rin ako sa impression na yan. At iba pa rin yung feeling ko dito. Pero iba pa rin yung factor ko sa ano man yung gusto kong mangyari, no? Para sa ngayon, ito lang yung sure ko when it comes to the current WWE pace that we might have right now, no? So, ito na nga yung kaso natin na pero niya, last prediction na ito, so puta kita. Okay. So, as of right now, I love Io Sky. I love Rhea Ripley too. But I don't really see the sense of Rhea Ripley getting another title. Then, this might lead again to a transitional run. Then, wala rin namang matinong contenders pa other than the winner of that match that we might get down the line for the women's title. So, I'm just going to say here, for the sake of a proper argument here, I'm just going to say here that Io Sky should win this match. Wala pong iba. Para lang matapos na yung proper argument natin when it comes to this case. Again, that's only my predictions for this year's a lot of events na hindi ka na mabilang. So, I'm just going to dissect their schedules. So, all in Texas. Mamaya na po yan, 1 a.m. sa YouTube, obviously, for international listeners and viewers of this podcast. And then also, you can also watch that through Amazon Prime if you're from US, Canada, and United Kingdom. And then sa atin sa Pinas, you can also watch that through Spo TV Now and on Thriller TV. And then, 3 a.m. pala yan for the main card. And then, Saturday night's main event, it should be at 8 a.m. sa YouTube channel ng WWE. And then, ano pa ba? Ating pag-uusapan. So, we need also to tackle Evolution. Evolution is on Monday at 7 a.m. Manila time, 5 a.m. po ang countdown. And then, yung Great American Bash is 2 a.m. ang countdown, 3 a.m. ang main card. Should be on the WWE Network and on Netflix as well if you have a VPN. So, yun lang muna ang ating i-dissect for this prediction sa AEW WWE weekend na to. This should be a long time for me to dissect this whole cards, no? With that said, thank you again for joining me on giving the proper predictions for this whole weekend. I know, alam niyo na, this should be the episode 299. Then afterwards, 300 na po na magkakaroon tayo ng special episode dyan. And then, putang ina, ano pa ba sabihin ko? Yan nga, episode 300, next week po yan. That will be our first episode. And I'm just going to dissect separately All In Texas and yung ating pong episodes pa for WWE programming this week. Follow the podcast again on our social media platforms at Main Event Mark PW. Please support also our local wrestling scene. FPW Astig is coming tomorrow then sa Bake Studio sa Makati, Dexcon Bakunawa, or Dexcon is coming then this August. More details on their Facebook page. There's a lot of details that might be announced as well as these recordings will be released. And then, Puso Wrestling Bakunawa, September 14 sa Brawl Pit Bulusan. Main Max versus Fabio Makisig is going to be the main event for this show. So I hope, again, you can enjoy the rest of your weekend. I know this is going to be a big weekend, again, that we are going to talk about here when it comes to this show. Sumasakit yung ulo ko habang dinadissect ito ng mabuti. Pero it is what it is. I know that this might be an argument na i-establish natin ng mas maganda pa. But other than that, thank you very much again for listening on this episode. This has been Angelo Pinera from the Main Event Mark. And again, I hope you can enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy again the resting weekend. Okay? Bye for now.